Be done by 12:45? Okay, I could do that. All right, so good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Everyone looks so beautiful in their pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Michelle Clay. I am founder and visionary of Free Life 7, which is a life and wellness enhancing company. So what I do is I give people tools and strategies to release stress, toxicity, imbalances, be able to awaken your physician within and recharge your vibrancy and vitality. So I am a doctor of osteopathic medicine, and I got additional training in certified holistic health counseling and clinical nutrition. The reason I did that, I'm sure all of you, when you have gone to the doctor, you're trying to talk to your doctor about different herbs and food and things you read up on the internet. I'm sure someone has emailed something to you and your doctor doesn't know what to tell you. May send you to the dietitian, but often I have clients that come to me and say, the dietitian didn't tell me anything, just gave me this pamphlet, I really don't understand. But what you may not know about me is that my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and by the time that she was diagnosed and sought treatment, her tumor had grown so large that it started coming through her skin. There was pus and blood oozing from it. She had to wear a bandage, and it had an odor. And I know within my heart of hearts that the reason that she developed breast cancer was due to overwhelming stress. Because at the age of 21, my younger brother committed suicide. And my mother never ever was able to say that he committed suicide. She always said it was an accidental shooting. So that is why I do what I do, to empower people to have an outlet, to be able to release stress, have an emotional outlet, release that pain and hurt, resentment, disappointment, because it does take shock in your body. And so in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, since my mom passed away from it on November 12, 2007, everything that I do this month of my whole life and everything that I am is because of her, Elaine Sue Jackson Clay. So how many people in here either know someone or themselves have been diagnosed with breast cancer?
Know someone.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's almost everybody's hand went up. So it's an overwhelming problem. And that's why on here, for the pink ribbon is really about early detection, but it doesn't talk about prevention. So early detection is not prevention. Prevention is the best prevention. And so we're going to talk a little bit on how to do that. So like I said, I know within my heart of hearts that the reason my mom developed breast cancer, because breast cancer doesn't run in our family at all, is due to overwhelming stress. And so the American Institute of Stress has determined that 75 to 90% of all doctors' visits are due to stress. Now, stress is a normal process. It's built for our survival. But every time the bills are due, you got more bill than money, you got longer to-do list than time, you try to get your children to do something, and they're like, oh, my mom, I'm going to get it, and they don't. Somebody cut you off in traffic, you trying to get a job, you trying to clean the house, not to mention the fact that holiday season is coming, and I can tell there's a lot of big mamas in here, and everybody is putting in certain requests for food, so then your to-do list gets even longer. You trying to clean the house, prepare for your family coming over, and then they leave a house a mess and don't even try to pick up one dish or one fork to clean it with, so you are left with extra work. So this stress piles on top of each other, and it sets up shop in our bodies. Chronic stress can lead to certain physical diseases, such as cardiovascular disorders. So the thing is, with stress, the stress response, there's a hormone called cortisol. Anyone ever heard of cortisol? Mm-hmm. That's our stress hormone. So with high levels of cortisol and that they stay high due to chronic stress, then it can lead to high blood pressure. It can also lead to your blood sugars being off, increases the blood sugar production, and also increases insulin resistance, depends on how you say it, and higher cholesterol. But since we're really talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the best thing that you can do for yourself and to offer that information to others, the most powerful cure and prevention of breast cancer is already inside of us. It's our immune system. And so chronic stress can weaken the immune system, leading to frequent colds, sinus infections. There's someone I know who was dealing with a lot of different life changes and life stressors, and they had a sinus infection for 2 years. And I said, that's nothing but that stress going on. That's what it is. Some way you're going to have to learn how to release this, to process it, and find a better emotional outlet for yourself. You like to sing. You like to do yoga, make time for yoga. Don't put more time onto somebody else's job or someone else's agenda than you do your own. When I was having some health challenges myself, then I realized when I was out on a sick leave, and I was on sick leave for over a year, I said, wait a minute. This business didn't close because I wasn't here. They're still going on business as usual. I could die today and they're not going to close because I'm dead. They might send an email, oh, we regret to inform you, and they're going to keep it moving. So that let me know I had to make sure that I had some self-care, took time for myself, and if you have to schedule it, so be it. Put it on your calendar, okay? But weakened immune system, increased allergic responses, so that's going to be kind of like the sinus infection, cancer and tumor formation. So who in here has had or knows someone who's had uterine fibroids? All right, there go those tumors. Over 90% of African American women suffer from uterine fibroids. I personally believe it is due to a lot of stress as well as diet. But sometimes that goes hand in hand, because when you're stressed, what do? You self-medicate. Okay, some people drink it, some people smoke it, some people shoot it, some people chips, ice cream, gummy bears. I knew someone, their substance abuse drug of choice was what's those little jelly candy? Twizzlers. When I saw her with the Twizzler hanging out her mouth, I said, what's going on with you? Because I already knew. Some people it's shoes. Okay? So whatever it is, anything that's too much of something, then becomes a detriment. So, I think I left a slide out that I wanted to talk about, but that's all right. I know it. I'm going to talk about it. So the thing about it is, a lot of times when people say, oh, I'm just stressed out, and sometimes people say, oh, just get over it. Just pray about it, and it's going to be all right. Okay, but I once heard somewhere that prayer without works is dead. Okay, so therefore there's some works that we have to do on ourselves. Now, stress is not just an emotional thing. It's a scientific, physiological thing. If someone comes through that door right now with a gun, your stress response is going to be activated. It's designed for our survival. It's part of our nervous system. And it's telling us, the sympathetic portion of that is either telling us to fight or you gotta run. Okay? And everything is occurring in our bodies to prepare for that. Our heart rate speeds up. Our breathing rate speeds up. Your digestion goes nil, because if you have to run or fight, you don't have time to stop and go to the bathroom. So our bodies are created and designed to do everything that we need to do, not only to heal ourselves, to maintain wellness, but also for our survival. So the 3 tips I'm going to give you to recharge your healthier immune system, and it's also going to decrease stress, and I love this. Nature itself is a doctor. But you're part of nature, so you have a physician within as well. This is kind of blurry, but foods. Okay, I know the food that you just ate was delicious.
Yes,
But that fried catfish didn't do anything to recharge your health or charge your immune system or help you to relieve and release stress.
it was good.
But let's look at some of the things that are up here. We have kale, but don't just think of it as kale, all green leafy vegetables, okay, are very high in vitamin C, high in fiber, high in vitamin A. We have sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are high in vitamin B. And vitamin C, of course, helps with the immune system. We have broccoli up here, which is really high in vitamin C that helps the immune system. And if any of you have read on the internet, maybe broccoli is in the class called a cruciferous vegetable, which is supposed to be helpful, studies have shown, for treating cancer and in its prevention. We have our carrots up here, high in vitamin A and carotenoids. Peas, you have spinach, apples, and that type of thing. So that's one of our tips is food, okay? But I'm going to get a little bit more specific in the food. So turmeric. Turmeric to me is like a magic spice. It does so much. It does like everything. So it's a spice that's used a lot in Indian, and I don't mean Native American, I mean India, on the continent of Asia, cultures. So in those cultures, they have very low cancer rates. They also have very low Alzheimer's and dementia rates because the active ingredient that causes turmeric to have that bright yellow color, as well as curry, is called curcumin. So as you can see here, people who have diets rich in turmeric have lower incidences of breast, prostate, colon cancers. And they've done some research with stomach cancers, which they say is inconclusive. But I'm like, if what's not going to harm you, it's not going to kill you, so you might as well go ahead. Studies have also shown that intake of turmeric can help prevent the spread of breast cancer. Now here's one thing when we're talking about prevention is prevention. So every one of us has cancer cells in our body. Everybody. But the problem comes in is when these cancer cells are allowed to reproduce. And they continually reproduce at a rapid rate, and next thing you know, you have a tumor. They say it's supposed to be like millions of cells to form a tumor on the pin of a head. So just think about by the time there's a tumor that you can detect, how many cells those are. But our immune system is designed, for instance, one of the types of immune cells called a macrophage. I love this one. So what it does, when it sees something that's foreign or a particle that's harmful, then it takes it, it goes around it, and it pulverizes it. Okay? So if we're doing things that are necessary, keeping our stress down, intaking turmeric, a lot of the foods that you saw on the previous slide, then we're keeping our immune system very strong so the cells know what to do and when to do it. The other thing about turmeric, well, turmeric does a lot of things. It protects the liver from damage. Who in here has